My husband gets home from work in like 20 minutes. Do you think that's enough time to set up our planner for November? I feel like there's only one way to find out. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. We are here today to set up our planner for November. As always, I do use a paper planner in tandem with a digital planner. I use them both for completely different reasons. And if you want to learn all about all of that, then I have tons of videos on my channel about my planning journey and such. Recently, I signed up for the Infinite Lotus subscription box, which was my first ever planner subscription box. I've been loving it. I got my first one in October, or in September for October. So all of the elements in here are from October, but I recently got the November one, and that's what we're here to basically, you know, kind of set up. I do have to say that when I set up the planner in October, I did it in a way that I thought would lend itself to success for the future months. Essentially, I thought maybe if I set it up and took my time the way that I was setting it up, I could come here and just kind of swap out everything and it should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Only time will tell. I have been using this cute little pouch to house all of my planner stuff. Well, not all of my planner stuff, girl, that's a whole lie. To house my Infinite Lotus stuff as it comes in. So basically, mind you, I've only done this once or twice, so this is not something that I have been doing a lot. But I just put my stuff in here so that I can easily grab it out of there or whatnot whenever it's time to plan for the new month, if that makes any sense. All right, so here's the thing. I think all of this is new from the November box, so we'll be dealing with all of that. And then this is actually a fluted dashboard from Cloth and Paper. When I was moving back into, well, moving into a personal rings, but back into a rings, because I've used ring bound planners before, but not this small size, I had to have this fluted dashboard. I took it out last month because I thought it was adding too much bulk, but I'm gonna be honest, a lot of my dashboards and such are wearing off on this particular planner cover. I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it's the products, like the paper products. I don't know if it's the planner itself, because this is new to me as well. I have no idea, but I cannot allow that. So I am going to have to put this dashboard back in here. That excites me, but it is kind of like a tricky situation because this is very thick, which is going to take up a lot of room, slash I'm going to have to change up some stuff. And so the system that I thought I had created is no longer applicable, but we're gonna go ahead and dive in. I am sad to see that some things were ruined. We may have to get rid of this paper clip for good because I feel like it might be too bulky, I guess, when I add the dashboard back, the fluted dashboard. This is something that I just did for October, so unfortunately it's gonna have to go and I'll have to archive that. This is something from October. This was technically something from October, but you know, in theory, a lot of this stuff can be still used for November. Probably not the pumpkins, like I feel like that's going to be archived, but some of this stuff I can still use, but I do not like, I'm gonna have to move stuff around, I fear, because I do not like that my stuff is getting, like it's been ruined. That is so tragic to me. All right, so here's the thing. We are going to definitely, well, if I'm putting the fluted dashboard at the front, which my goal in doing this is again to stop all that mess from happening, then I feel like we need to kind of focus our efforts on making this cute, like, don't we think? And this is double-sided, so technically it goes this way. Wouldn't we need to focus our efforts on seeing what might be cute here in the front? I do feel like it's appropriate to put a dashboard behind. Ooh. That could be cute. Do we think? We might do that. Also, I'm having trouble with my rings, but I also do not open and close them the right way, so that's to be expected. Okay, so let's see. The G came with this set, so I wonder, do we use this up front on top of that? Cute. Okay, cute. It's coming along. All right, we see the vision. This is working out in my favor. Okay, maybe we'll swap out the pumpkins for the leaves. Doesn't that seem appropriate? Cute. These stickies came in the October box, and I reckon I can leave them there. To be honest, I didn't use a single one of them in October, so I'm wondering if we might just remove it all together, just because remember, with this fluted dashboard, we now are adding, you know, like some bulk, and so I'm trying to mitigate that. This is probably the only thing that could really, well, this and this could be thrown out, but I'm just gonna archive it. I want to take this out, but this is giving me problems, so it could be that I just stack the November one right on top of it. What do we think? Yeah, okay. That's ruined, so there's that. All right, where's my November one? Oh, whew, fix it, Jesus. Okay, we'll put this in here. Yep, that's cute. These stickers are cute, and I'm gonna keep those in there. I got those in the October box, and I've been using them each week, but I have not finished them, so we're gonna leave those in there so that we can work on finishing them. All right, so far, this is looking cute to me, but it is quite bulky, so let's see what we can remove. Here's my inbox. In theory, this could be removed even though I like it, so let's get rid of that. I wonder, should we maybe get rid of this dashboard for now? The thing is, I would like to keep the other dashboards in here because it seems appropriate, but I realize I'm trying to get rid of bulk and clutter. So, well, it's not really clutter, it's just bulky. So I may have to forego repeating some of the dashboards and such, unfortunately. Okay, I already went ahead and put my little hexagon sticker here, which is just something I've been doing to use the stickers, and then also to essentially kind of denote that the month has ended. I did already fill out and update all of this. This should stay. In theory, we're in Q4, so I could get rid of some of this stuff. You know, maybe get rid of everything but this, just to decrease clutter, but we're gonna see. We're gonna leave that. I feel like all of this is gonna have to go because it's providing excess clutter. I never loved that black cat. By the way, we do have these that we can work with. So for now, let's try. Let's see. I don't really care for the moon. So the moon really doesn't need to be used in my eyes, but we're gonna see. All right, this I feel like is adding unnecessary clutter, but again, we gonna see. And I am going to actually remove all of that. I'm gonna add in the November. And I loved this, but it said October intention, so it seems appropriate to just get rid of it and use it next year. And then we have the November. Yep, okay, and then we're gonna try to we're gonna try to replicate that same situation, and we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do the green is cute. Yep, we're gonna try this and see what comes of this. This is actually much harder than what it needs to be, or maybe I'm just not as coordinated as I need to be, but I've been liking that moment. All right, I already filled out my November here, and I basically put like the most important events and such for November, and I am doing away with this whole section for 2026. I'm not going to be purchasing these because they're not, you know, super significant to me. I was trying to color coordinate for each month, and I'm just using a sticker sheet because I'm trying to use up the sticker sheet, and I will finish it in November, so I'm excited about that. But I kind of ran out of, only had a few yellow, a few magenta, and then a few red left, so I figured I would do, I guess, the magenta and yellow for November, and then I'll do the red for December, and I will finish up that little sticker sheet. These are October pages that I can get rid of. This is technically still going until November the 3rd, which is, oops, I meant November 2nd. I put the wrong date on there, but in theory, this needs to stay, but I can archive this. Let me start opening this the right way. I can archive that to get rid of a little clutter. We have this weekly page here. Now, This is gonna be my November weekly section. In my November box from Infinite Lotus, I got these really cool weeklies. And so it has, wait. I needed the first page. Hold on. I needed the first page because I forgot that was absolutely imperative to this whole situation. So I am flipping through, and it even had like the weekly. Do we want that? That could be cute. Okay, wait. Oh yes, it had the weekly, and then that was the start for Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, and then it kind of repeats. And I wasn't really thinking about needing or wanting this weekly, but after November 2nd or on Sunday, I can get rid of that, and then my weekly will look like that. Should I choose to use these weekly pages, I might give them a go for the month of November. I'm gonna be honest, I really like these. Let me show you a blank one. I do really like these, and I love the long to do, but I wouldn't be mad at attempting something, attempting to maybe use the, yeah, I feel like I could replicate the same kind of situation. We're gonna try these for November because they came in our box and that seems appropriate. So that's the weekly. I do have some dailies in here, and I am thinking a way to get rid of some clutter is to get rid of some of these dailies. I feel like if I do plan out my days, I definitely, you know, don't need this many. So since they're front and back, I'm gonna leave actually 2 in there. So that's 4. And if I need more, I'll just get more from my box, okay? Then I have my expense tracker, which, by the way, that went really well in October in planning out all of our expenses. This is just our miscellaneous frivolous spending with, I filled up the front and back pretty much, and the highlighted ones are my husband's miscellaneous expenses. So that was very helpful and very eye-opening. And then I have another expense sheet in here that's going to be for November, and that should be good, just 1 page. I did have a notes section in here. I was just putting, like, if I happen to get a receipt or this or that, I was putting it in here. I think I'm going to leave it. This wasn't going to be like a junk journal per se, but it was going to be kind of like a junk journal of sorts. So, I think I'll leave it in here, and then maybe I'll fill up something or put something on the back in November, and then I can kind of be done with this. This coffee card, this gift card does have a few dollars left on it. So perhaps, actually, I'll probably go back in November. I will not be getting the iced salted caramel. That was disgusting. But maybe kind of do this same little situation and then call that good for this little sheet. Yeah, it wasn't going to be a junk journal per se, but it was putting me in the mind of that, and I was just holding space for any kind of journaling, junk journaling, any kind of paper products or whatever. So, you know, that's just something I was trying. This is my selling list that I am creating, so we're gonna leave that there. I'm also gonna leave 1 other notes page like that there. I have this notes page. Honestly, these are all sheets that came, or most of these are sheets that came in the October box. And honestly, I once had space for them, like multiples of the inserts, but I'm going to actually just get rid of some of the extras and then maybe make room for new ones. So I'm just gonna put 1 order tracker in here. Every month I'm gonna end up getting sheets from Infinite Lotus, different inserts and such to try out. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, this is going to continue to get bulky if I continue to put the sheets in there. So we're gonna put that in here. I honestly never used this, so it could go realistically, but let's keep going. I'm gonna get rid of this October card, and I'm gonna put in the November card, even though it had served no purpose in October, but I do wanna use it. And then I have this thank you, which is something that everybody gets. I feel like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you get that with every order. You see how bulky this is? I do have these bill trackers, which I kind of thought just like using one would be cute, and maybe just tracking my most important bills for November. So I am actually going to throw in one of the, oops, that's 2, that's okay. I'm going to throw in one of these, and perhaps I will put it for now, maybe at the bottom of the, or put both of them down at the bottom of the expenses page, just for now. Again, this is very bulky. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna lose this, which would be very annoying because if I lose this, then I'll lose my pen loop. I don't use this anyway, but I don't have a space for that if I get rid of that. Let's see. Let's see what we can come up with actually first and foremost before I go ditching things. And then that leaves these items. I did bring out this, which I've had for forever. I don't know, I feel like it's always appropriate to use it in the fall, in November in particular. So if I can find a space for it, we will keep it. Let's see. I think that's fine. That doesn't take up any bulk. Maybe the stickers can go because they're kind of bulky. I really do love this. I feel like it's super cute. But, I mean, it's not terribly bulky. I will give it that. It is not terribly bulky. I'm wondering what we might do with this. It actually, to me, would be cute. Like, here somewhere. I don't want to do that. That's weird. If I put it in a pocket, you won't be able to appreciate it. So, like, what would be even the point of doing that? So, maybe, just maybe, that we can revive this situation. Though I'm aware if I use this paper clip, unfortunately I will be ruining the front part of this journaling card. I feel like it's gonna rub off and it'll be ruined. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. I guess we're not using these. In theory they could go back from where they came. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put these on the back of here so that hopefully they retain their stickiness. I'm just gonna press them lightly. Press it lightly. That's fine to me, I guess. Yes, I don't hate it. I think I would love it more here now that I think about it because I feel like it would stand out better there. And really, I just wanna use this paper clip realistically. So we're gonna do that for now. And then the only other thing is, am I going to remove this and put this here? I fear that doing that is going to ruin that. But do I care that much? I really love the reduced impulse purchases, and I think I'm just gonna leave that there. And so I really want to use all of these because I feel like it's only right to use everything. But at this point, what do I do? Like, I'm quite literally, I mean, I can put that there, but I'm quite literally, actually, I don't need that at all. But if I get rid of it, how do I like it there for like a added flair, but it's not important. Plus, if I get rid of it, collect words of wisdom. To be honest, live less out of habit, more out of intent. I really want to use this, but I have no idea. I could use it there, but then that requires another paper clip, I'm assuming. Let's see if I have one. If I do, I do not have one there, but I probably have one elsewhere. I don't know. Ooh, I got it. We will do this. Very smart of me. And that means that at this point, we only have one card that we are not using. And I'm going for it. I cannot believe I just did that. It's honestly crazy. Okay, now I need some tape, a tape runner. And I think a tape runner is upstairs. But let's look down here and see if we have a tape runner. Otherwise, you gotta go upstairs for a tape runner. Was that a tape runner? No. All right. We don't have a tape runner, but I don't know why I've been doing that and ruining stuff. I mean, I've only done it once, and that's chaotic, when I could be doing something like this. I guess I wasn't trying to go too crazy on the paper clips, but this is definitely a way better use of my time. Right? Yeah. Yeah, why would y'all let me do that? And the heart on, I don't know why y'all are letting me do that crazy stuff. Okay, here is a final flip through. This is the top view. Again, a little chunky, especially with that dashboard, but onward we march. Traded out the pumpkins for the leaves, traded out the October card for the November card, added back the fluted dashboard, and then I also have the grateful dashboard and then the abstract dashboard right behind it. My inbox section, I have the Planner Girl Virgo paperclip with the pompous dashboard and the moon journaling card, and then also the live less out of habit, more out of intent journaling card. This is the yearly section. It would have stayed exactly the same. I have my November, oh, upside down. I was like, what is going on? Fix it, Jesus. This is my November divider, which I pulled out of my stash because I just have 1 month in here at a time. It just seems to make the most sense. I have this wide paperclip with the coffee journaling card and then the November dashboard. Super cute. Then I have the November intentions layered with the grateful for simple moments journaling card and the honor the quiet season journaling card, bound together with by a Oli clip, not Ollie. It's technically pronounced Oli, so says the company. And then all of this would have stayed the same. My whole monthly section would have stayed the same, though adding back one of the dashboards from October is what I've been contemplating, but for now we're gonna leave it like this. Plus, I kind of like having fresh dashboards every month so that I don't tire of the dashboards. I feel like that's appropriate. So then we have the weekly section, which after Sunday, this will change and it will be these new inserts that I got from Infinite Lotus in the November box. And then we have the daily section, which would not have changed except I removed a few of the sheets. We have the today divider, I guess is what you call this. Yeah, I guess is what you call it. Added in the bills tracker on top of the expenses. Still have this, but hoping to put something here in November and then archive that and get rid of it. Still working on my selling list. And then I have the wish list in here. Party planning, if I plan a party, a guest list, payment tracker, quote journal. I don't need 2 of them, I don't think. So let's just get rid of 1. And then the this month sheet. This stayed the same, but I did add this paper clip here. And I'm not going to be using tape anymore because that was kind of crazy, but you know, I figured it's just a little piece of paper, so it's not that big of a deal. I could even make this myself if I needed to. That's why I wasn't too stressed about taping it, but yeah, we have that. And then I need to find, oh, let's finish this. We have the November card back there, added in the coffee. And what I was saying is I need to find some Dawn soap and probably a warm washcloth to get rid of some of this debris. My little sticker section back here remains the same. And this is from Cloth and Paper. It was a freebie. This is what I was talking about. These are from Elaine Michelle Studio shop, my friend girl. And I just have a few a few red left, and I figured I would use those for December. So after I am finished with those, I'm probably gonna reach out to homegirl and tell her to send me some more, which I've actually already done, but that's before I was down to the wire. I was like, oh, you know, I found these in my stash. I need some more kind of thing, but that's before, you know, times were rough. I found this retractable highlighter in like this olive color. You know, I really don't know the color. No idea, but you know me, I'm not good with colors. So I figured we might use this for November. I don't know, it feels appropriate, like it fits the earthy tone with the beiges and the olives and all that. And then I did find this, which is a gel pen. it's not been opened before. That's why it has that little tip on it, the little plastic tip to keep it from drying out while it's sitting on a shelf or sitting on my desk. Oh, I also have this too, this brown one, but well, it kind of gives, I should do green, I'm gonna be honest, for December and maybe brown for November. Doesn't that feel appropriate? But then that would mean that I'm really just switching out one brown for the next, but this is more of, this is oatmeal, so it is like a lighter brown. So in theory, you know, there's that, you know, it is different. And then I really love this pen, but it does not fit in here as well as this one does. So I'm contemplating just keeping with my same pen and maybe riding it out until the end of the year, because while I do like it, maybe I'll just use it for December because it's green. So maybe I'll use those two green ones for December, and maybe we will call this good for November. So I just need to archive this or put it in my little stash, and then my planner is nice and set up and fresh and ready to go for the month of, for the month of November. And no, I did not finish this before my husband got home, but all is right with the world because I am finished now, and it is 5:15. So, you know, just a little bit behind because he got here at 5:01. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye, guys.